So here's a question for you. Have you struggled trying to set healthy boundaries in your recovery? Well, I'm going to offer something today that hopefully can help you. My name's Eddie Lashur. Margaret Kirshner and I are a Mindful Emergence, where we help individuals get unstuck and access their own inner resources by using mindfulness, movement, and breathing practices. We're both certified alcohol and drug counselors, yoga instructors, meditation teachers. We're certified breathwork facilitators and peer support specialists. And hopefully this will help you. So setting boundaries in recovery is a really big struggle for a lot of people, especially in early recovery. Some of this has to do with the fact that they were never very good at it in the first place, and that could have contributed to challenges that they had had all along. But for many of us, when we find ourselves in recovery, and I am a person in long-term recovery, I'm in my 15th year now, we harm people. We took advantage of people when we were in our active addiction. And when those people come back and ask us to do things, we feel a sense of obligation. We feel that to say no is not something we're allowed to do. Well, here's the deal. I think you probably know that we all need to put our recovery first over every single thing. And a lot of times that requires saying no. There's an expression I've learned and used frequently over the years, and it goes something like this. Thank you for asking me to do this, but I think for me to take on another commitment right now is not really a good idea. So that's my own languaging, and I modify that for different types of things that people ask me to do. Sometimes I'll look at somebody and say, I'm sorry, but I'm really going to disappoint you right now by saying no. But if I don't think it's going to work out well for me and maybe not for you as well. When I was in early recovery, one time I was with my sponsor and we were ready to go to a meeting. We were at his house and his wife said, "You're going to another meeting? I think sometimes you think the meetings are more important than me." And his response was, if I don't go to a meeting, go to these meetings, there won't be a you. So it's really important that we learn to say no. So here's one thing that I have found helpful in knowing whether to say yes or say no, and that is to pause and tune in and check my own inner voice, my own inner intuition. So if I pause, for example, and I notice that there's a certain amount of anxiety inside me, how I might interpret that is saying to me, my body is saying to me, you know what, this isn't a good idea. Or maybe if I pause and tune in, I might notice fear. We all know what that feels like. If we pause and check in, unless we're completely dissociated from our body, we can feel anxiety. It's different for different people. I feel it in my chest. Fear, I notice coming as a wave up my neck. Some people have a sense of trembling. There are other types of strong emotions like sadness or guilt or shame that if we really pause and tune in, we can notice the sensations in our bodies. This is not necessarily the easiest thing to do. It's a skill we need to develop. And we can do it, but it requires that we pause. The word mindfulness is out there everywhere. Everybody's talking about mindfulness. Well, this is mindfulness. And mindfulness is really pausing and tuning in and noticing what's happening right now. What am I aware of in this present moment? And one of the best things to check into is the body, because the body will tell us what's happening. So I invite you, when you're being asked to do something, to pause and breathe and check in and say, how does this feel in my body? Does this feel like something that's really wise for me to do, something I really want to do? And start developing phrases that feel right to you, where you can set your boundary and let people know, you know what, I really need to not do this. I need to say no, because if I don't, it could really be a problem for me. And for people who care about you, I think they'll understand if you present it in that way. And for the people who don't care about you, don't worry about it. All right. And that's part of discernment as well, as knowing the difference between those two, right? So anyway, I hope that's helpful. If you like this video, I encourage you to check out other videos on our YouTube channel. There's 101 now, I believe. And you can also subscribe and hit that notification bell. So when future videos come out, and we do a couple every week, you'll get notified and you can check in and see if it's something that you want to watch. And of course, we love comments. And if you really like the video, hit that little like button as well. So anyway, hope that was helpful, and we'll see you next time.